Hey guys, thanks for stopping. So, Fact versus Religion decided to do this little two-part series on her vegetarianism, things of that nature. But I got some problems when people start saying that factory farms are evil or bad and keeping an animal in a cage their whole life is bad. Okay, here it is. With people or animals or anything, you only know what you know. So if you were brought up in, let's say, mid-Africa someplace, you wouldn't know about turning a knob and the water comes on and you get water. You wouldn't know about having a toilet that you just go sit down and take a shit in. You wouldn't know about a refrigerator to keep your meat fresh. You wouldn't know about that stuff unless you lived in a more modern civilization. The life that you are brought into as a baby is the life you know. So if you are brought into a life where you're in a cage, food comes, you eat it. When you need to take a shit, you shit. When you need something to drink, you drink water. And that's the life you know. That's the life you know. You don't know that you could be running around in a field. You don't know that. A cow that has been brought up in a factory farm doesn't know that there is a field outside of the building that they're in. They don't know that. So what they have is the best that they know of. And when it comes down to animals, the worst thing that they have to deal with, even if they are free range, is the fear of being killed. And being brought up in a confined facility eliminates having to worry about getting killed by a wolf or a tiger or whatever. I mean, fine, I sort of understand where you project your own human emotions onto these animals. But fact of the matter is, look at these people that live in Afghanistan, Pakistan. You know, if they were thrown into our civilization, just even the most mediocre society here in the United States, they'd be like, wow, this is like totally different. And it is. It's completely different. They don't expect to be able to turn a knob and get water. That's just us. They don't expect to go into a room to be able to shit. That's just us. Everything's relative to what you grew up in. So if an animal grew up having his food just being right there, he doesn't have to walk around and find it. Having his water right there, he doesn't have to dig into the ground or find a water source. He doesn't have to run away from scary animals like wolves and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. He doesn't have to worry about all that kind of stuff. I actually have to tell you that the animals that grow up in these farms, these industrial farms, they're actually calmer and happier than any animal that is free range. Okay, so I know that sounds sort of fucked up, but it's the truth. An animal that doesn't have to worry about a tiger coming and ripping its guts out and eating them, I would have to say is happier than an animal that has to lay in the rain and worry about lions and tigers and bears. They got a roof over their head. For the love of God, they got a roof over their head. They don't even got to get wet when it rains. Fine, they're eventually going to die, but everything dies. But while they're alive, they are happier. They have less things to worry about than any free-range animal. Come on, I want some hate speech. I want you to bring on the hate. Am I wrong? I'm not. I'm not wrong. Bring it on. Tell me that I'm wrong. That an animal kept in a secluded area who doesn't have to worry about finding food, who doesn't have to worry about finding water, who doesn't have to worry about getting rained on, who doesn't have to worry about tigers coming and killing their calves and things of that nature. Tell me that those animals are less happy than the ones that are free range that have to worry about all of that stuff. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's not. Tell me. Come on. I want to hear the comments. Tell me that a cow living in a little box, having his food brought to him, having his water brought to him, not having to worry about that stuff, is worse off than a free-range cow. Tell me that. Just tell me. Alright, keep it real.